Real, then the track gone missing. If it's cap, I'm dipping. We ain't talking about a move, then it's flatline finished. When I spaz, I'm grinning. Put a peel off in the Sadies and I pass by spinning. It's perks with this life, but I don't have my skinach. Took a quick trip and now I'm back home winning. And I see they eyes pop like I snack on spinach. Pull up to the spot, she tryna grab my digits. I'm already 8 shots, a Henny past my limit. Here you go. Hazards with a dash full of tickets. I'ma act like I don't see them. I got bad eye vision. Y'all can't pass my scrimmage. While y'all tripping, it's Aruba. I realized I had to go.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 203 of Psychotic and Iconic. Paul's here along with my co-host Nick Theories. We're missing Philly Phil tonight. Thank you to everybody that's tuned into the live stream. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and share it. Thank you to everybody that likes, follows, and subscribes to all of our platforms. Quick announcement. The episode tomorrow will not be on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. We have to migrate our system over or something like that.
Yeah, we're transitioning right now to a different system for Spotify and Apple. So we will get that updated as soon as possible. We are working on that diligently, and we will let you guys know when it's available. Week? Yeah, it will pop. We're working on it. Yeah, we'll be all right.
And as always, merch is available. Send us a DM. If you're overweight, we can accommodate. If you're in shape, keep being great.
You all right.
All right, let's start it off. NFL, Justin Fields said he was ready to compete for the Steelers quarterback 1 position. Do you think he'll be a starter this year? Does he have a chance to start from off the jump?
I do think he has a chance. I think he's going to have a chance. I saw the Steelers schedule. After Thanksgiving or the last half of their season, they play a gauntlet of teams, and it is one of the hardest schedules I've seen ever.
I know,
honestly,
the whole division.
Like honest to God, it is one of the hardest schedules I've seen, and I think Russell Wilson's definitely on the back end of his career. So if he struggles early out the gate, they have Fields. I think he will get playing time at some point. I really do. I think he's going to be their starter at some point.
Well, he should get playing time. But I will say, if he doesn't beat out Russell Wilson for the starting job, then he is what he is.
Is that fair though?
Absolutely.
For a second year?
Absolutely.
I mean, but you're going against Russell Wilson, who is coming off an embarrassment of Denver.
Bro, he got cut, and it was like, what, 40 million dead cap or 80 million dead cap?
It was 85 million.
85 million dead cap. So when you see that, and then you have Justin Fields, who I'm told by everybody, I don't know, we got 8,500 views on my Justin Fields thing on TikTok about me telling everybody that Justin Fields stinks, because Justin Fields, in fact, stinks. If Justin Fields cannot beat out Russell Wilson to start the season, that tells me everything I need to know. You are 24 years old. My bad. You're 24 years old, 25 years old, and you can't beat out a washed up Russell Wilson. That's all I need to know about that. And here's the thing. If you're saying, maybe, no. You either can beat him out because you are a good quarterback and you are better than him, or you can't beat him out because you're not ready. And if you're not ready, that tells me you are a backup in the NFL. You are not ready to be the starter and the leader of a franchise.
In fairness, though, but to Pittsburgh, they were missing that quarterback, that leader. They didn't have that in the last couple of years with what's his name, Rudolph and Pickett. They didn't have that. So I think Russell Wilson can be that leader for him. I don't. So I think the Steelers they're going to lean towards that veteran early on.
Is Russell Wilson a top 15 quarterback?
No.
Is he a top 20 quarterback?
It's arguable.
You'll put him right around the number 20, right?
You can argue it.
So that would indicate to me that Justin Fields at best would be a mid to low 20 quarterback. So my thing is, if you are trading for Justin Fields, and everybody on the comment section, and Instagram for that matter, if they're on, if he's on there and he can't beat him out, what gave me the indication?
Yo, you know what's crazy? Like, people really die on this Fields hill. Like,
I don't understand.
Shocked.
Pick a better hill. Pick a better quarterback.
I'm shocked. I mean, the guy had 16 touchdowns and 9 picks last year, and everybody's like fighting for him. And it's like, all right, I get it, but the Bears were ass. They were garbage. That's why they got a quarterback.
And my thing is like, I sit here and I look at it and I'm like, I don't understand it. They didn't even pick up his 5th-year option, and he got traded for a 6th-round pick. Carson Wentz got traded for a 3rd. Mm-hmm. Now, look, Carson Wentz is better than Justin Fields. I would take Carson Wentz right now over Justin Fields. But that's a different subject for a different day. But I'm just saying that's
a hot take right there, yo. You take Wentz over Fields?
When Carson Wentz came in for the Rams last year, did he look all right?
In fairness,
he looked better for the Rams than I've ever seen Justin Fields look, because here's the thing. Carson Wentz was throwing the ball. Show me highlights of Justin Fields throwing the ball into tight windows, downfield, throwing guys open. Every single highlight of Justin Fields was him running. The only highlight from preseason last year was the DJ Moore 80-yard touchdown, of which it had 3 air yards on the pass.
That's it.
And he became the most bet MVP guy.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, man, because that was a crazy time. Like, Twitter was going crazy when that happened.
Got killed. Like, one of us posted a video about that, and I said, all right, can we chill out? You know what it was? I was wearing my bucket hat, and I said, can we chill out on the Justin Fields stuff? I understand the Bears hype around it with DJ Moore, but he threw a 3-yard screen pass.
I know. Like, come on.
It's the wide receiver. It's agree. DJ Moore.
I agree with you. 100%.
So when I see that, dude, I laugh at these people, and I'm just like, look, as somebody who died on the Carson Wentz hill, and I died emphatically on that hill, and no shame, it is what it is. Carson Wentz, I still would root for Carson Wentz. I'm a Carson Wentz fan. But at some point, it's just like, all right, man, you kind of got to give it up. Like, you're not going to sit here. I'm not going to sit here and fight with you about Carson Wentz anymore. But I'm telling you right now, Carson Wentz was a better quarterback and is still a better quarterback than Justin Fields.
He's a better thrower, absolutely. Like, I'm with you with the Fields thing. Like, I've never seen anything in the pocket where I was like, wow, like he could do it.
Name it.
And I want to see it consistently. Like, if he could do it one time here and there, cool. But I need consistent. I need, like, him to go down the field and pinpoint accuracy, picking a defense apart, reading the defense, knowing what they're in, knowing what scheme they're in, knowing that I gotta audible out of my play to get to that play.
Can't do it
because I know they're in this defense. Like, we need to see that. I need to see that. And that's why I think Pittsburgh's going to go with the veteran off the rip with Russell Wilson, regardless of how camp goes. I think it's Russell Wilson's job to start. But I do think Fields is going to come in at some point and take over. What do you think about that? Because that's how I see this season playing out. And look,
I do, but it's more schedule related than anything. But however, let me say this. Let's go back to Russell Wilson. When the Seahawks signed Matt Flynn to that $100 million contract, I believe it was, or whatever it was, $60 million. I think they gave him $100 million, right? 4 years or 5 years. The Seahawks drafted a quarterback in the 3rd round out of Wisconsin. Who was it? Russell Wilson. And what did Russell Wilson do in camp, in preseason? He beat out Matt Flynn for the job because Russell Wilson in his heyday was like that. Yeah. Russell Wilson was a superstar quarterback. And when he came into the NFL, he got his shot, he proved it, and he uplifted the Seahawks to prominence. Now, I get it. He had a good run game. He had a good defense. However, Russell Wilson now is on the back end of his career. Justin Fields, if you are the guy that you are defended on Twitter and TikTok and Instagram like this, you should be able to bring the Steelers up and show everybody, I can beat out an old quarterback who's on the back end of his career. That's where I stand on it. I'm putting that pressure on Justin Fields because everybody's telling me how good Justin Fields is. I need to see it. I haven't seen it. It's not a personal attack on him. I don't know him. I'm just simply saying, when you watch somebody play quarterback, or you watch Justin Fields play quarterback, there is nothing on the TV screen or on his stats that you look at and you go, he can succeed. There's nothing. There's nothing. And I don't understand it. I don't understand the QB1, he's going to be a star. I don't understand that. I don't get it. Then it's like, oh, the Steelers are going to put him on special teams. That report was fake. And I'm like, oh, all right. Then you have people that are actually defending that insane take. Oh, well, he's going to run packages. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. Bro, you are a quarterback. You were drafted in the 1st round 4 years ago, and you're going to go on special teams? Oh, well, he's fast. Michael Vick isn't on special teams. Lamar Jackson wasn't on special teams. Josh Allen isn't on special teams. Why? Because they can play the quarterback position adequately.
Absolutely. And my thing is, like, a quarterback that's that young, 25 years old, got traded for a conditional 6th-round pick. I mean, that would have been my only comeback. I would have just said that to them, to the comments. Like, yo, he got traded for a 6th conditional round pick. What do you want? What can you say? If he was valuable, there would have been a slew of teams lining up to go get him. Because if he's that good, he would change your franchise. That's how I would take it.
You know what it reminds me of? And we're going to go into this right now.
Trey Lance, man, honestly.
It does. It does. Like, however, the 49ers got a 4th for him. Why? Because they said, we fucked this up. Let's move on.
They got out earlier.
That's what I'm saying.
To a degree.
To a degree, yeah. But they also found Dallas who bit, and it is what it is. But I'm just saying, people weren't knocking down their door for him.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, Ryan Pohl said, I want a second round for him. If somebody traded a second round pick for Justin Fields, you don't deserve to be an NFL GM.
They were never getting it. That's far apart from what they got.
They were never
getting a second round, but they weren't even getting a third round, fourth.
And it's just, comparatively speaking, it's like the Eagles wide receiver that just retired, Devontae Parker. It's the same situation, just in a different setting. Devontae Parker, for some reason, kept getting contracts. Chase Claypool keeps getting contracts. How much evidence do you need that the guy isn't what you think he is?
I'm not really sure, dude. I don't know what people like. It's so interesting that they really gravitate towards this guy. I don't understand it. I mean, and they tell us that we don't know ball, but bro, like, are you watching the games? Like, you can't tell me this guy can go down the field on elite defense and pick them apart and know what kind of defense they're in.
The funniest thing is,
he doesn't do that.
Everybody that was on that called me a faggot, calling me gay, telling me this, telling me that. Some guy told me that that my eyes are too close together, and I started laughing because I'm like, that's a new one. I've been insulted, but my eyes are too close together, and it looks like something's wrong with me. Whatever. But I actually responded to this one guy that said, like, oh, this pod is trash. When you look at the comments, it's all insults. And I'm like, bro, you know why? Because there isn't one person that comes into these comments and tells me why I'm wrong. If you tell me why I'm wrong and you think my opinion is wrong, I will respond why I believe that my opinion is correct.
Right.
But when you come in here and you're just insulting me, yeah, I'm going to say something back. But come in here with evidence about that.
Yeah.
You can't do it because there's no evidence that Justin Fields is a good quarterback.
They always do that, though. They always respond to like the personal insults. It's like, because they had nothing. They just want to do that because they just want to spew hate, but they don't have any facts to back it up. They just keep saying, oh, Justin Fields, his team loved him, that he was respected in the locker room. I get that. But was he respected enough to get traded for more than a 6th round pick? He wasn't.
No.
And why? Because 31 other teams didn't deem him to be important enough to trade him for more than a 5th.
Bro,
I'm sorry, Darnold, bro. Like, I don't get it.
Sam Darnold, look, he was just picked up, but not for nothing. Sam Darnold's better than Justin Fields.
Absolutely, absolutely, he's better. And I will go in. I'll go to bat for that, bro.
Sam Darnold is better than him, dude. Like, they're telling me that, like, you don't think he could be a top 10 quarterback, and I'm like, I do not, like. Absolutely 100% do not see him ever getting anywhere close to number 10. My thing is so what do you have? You don't have anything. What evidence do you have supporting that claim?
You got a prospect. That's what you got. It's a prospect.
You have an athlete.
That's all you got is an athlete. You have a prospective athlete. And I said that as soon as I saw him play.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, give him a chance. He doesn't have weapons. He doesn't have
I even said give him a chance.
And I said, all right, cool. They got DJ Moore. They got better on the offensive line. And they were still trash. They had the number 1 overall pick. And not only that, they got rid of him and they drafted a quarterback with the number 1 overall pick. So if he was that franchise and he was the savior, they would have kept him. No question.
That's what I'm talking about.
So everybody in the comments can go fuck off because they don't know what they're talking about.
I think it's hilarious.
If he was the guy, then they would have kept him. No question. It's like you're getting rid of Josh Allen because he had 2 bad years in Buffalo, right? Then all of a sudden, what happens? He's starting to take off. They got better. He got better. Like, it happened.
Well, here's the thing. They got him. What they did, they got him Stephon Diggs. They got him a legit wide receiver. DJ Moore's a legit wide receiver.
And he got better. They needed each other. In my opinion, I think Diggs needed Allen. I think Allen needed Diggs.
Absolutely.
And that's a fair assessment.
It absolutely is.
Because look at the years in Minnesota versus the years in Buffalo.
Look at Tua. Tua got Tyreek Hill, and what happened? He brought him up.
Exactly.
Well, he didn't bring him up, but Tyreek Hill helped Tua.
Yeah.
DJ Moore. You can't help a guy that can't throw.
No.
So, all right, Devontae Parker retired. So now the Eagles, look, we got some wide receivers, but is there a wide receiver 3 you're looking at?
I mean, Michael Thomas is out there.
I know. I was actually shocked by that.
Why not?
Look,
if he's
you know who I actually really like?
Slant bully, slot. I like it.
I know. I don't know though. I don't know if he loves the game.
I don't know.
He was sweet and after his thing happened with his ankle.
I wanted to get Zay. Zay Jones would have been nice, but he went to Arizona. I
know he's injured a lot. He's oft injured. What about Sterling Shepard? Sterling Shepard's a good wide receiver. He can catch. The problem is he can't stay healthy. But I'm just saying, I wouldn't mind seeing Sterling Shepard in midnight green.
Is there a trade candidate that you could possibly? I mean, I think Tyler Boyd would have been the perfect prototype wide receiver.
We missed the boat,
but we missed the boat because we didn't know Devontae.
He went to the Ravens.
Tyler Boyd. He just signed with what's his name? Nah, it was like a trash team.
Was it? It wasn't the Ravens.
It actually might have been the.
Oh no, the Titans.
Titans, yeah, the Titans.
Yeah. Yeah,
Which the Titans, I think,
sneakily got good.
Because when they signed him, I texted you. I was like, "Yo, the Titans, man, they had quietly a pretty good offseason." I can't believe I forgot about that. Yeah, totally. But Tyler Boyd, that would have been a great pickup. But to me, I think Hunter Renfrow would be the trade candidate that I would go for. I believe in those wide receivers. I've seen New England do it for fucking years, bro.
I know.
I have. And if Jalen Hurts is a pocket passer, that would be a no problem.
That would help him so much.
It absolutely would. It would give him a third option to get open quick.
Yeah.
He gets in and out of his breaks really, really fast. And he hasn't been used in Oakland or in
sucks that
Vegas.
The Jets got him, but Mike Williams would have been awesome too.
Yeah.
Mike Williams would have been
Yeah, but
legit.
he's more of a 2 than a 3, I think.
I know that. But I was saying, I don't know. We'll see with Lazard.
I think Lazard's going to be the 3.
I do too, but he has a lot of him and Aaron Rodgers are tight. So I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. But I mean, look, Mike, I'm not saying Lazard's better than Mike Williams. They're not even in the same sentence. Mike Williams, when he's healthy, when Mike Williams is right, Mike Williams is a stud. Period.
Yeah.
And I think that if he stays right, he's going to be awesome for the Jets. He's going to be really helpful. Rodgers,
Hunter Renfrow.
I would love it.
I love that.
I would love it.
That's fire.
Rodgers is coming off his torn Achilles, saying he's feeling really good. What do you think about the Jets this season? Are you higher on them than you were last year? Lower?
I am. I'm higher than I am this year than I was last year. I think they did some moves in the offseason I liked. They bolstered up their offensive line. Aaron Rodgers, to me, I think he's going to have a pretty decent year. I don't think he's going to be MVP, though. Like, I don't think I don't think you're going to see Aaron Rodgers of MVP Rodgers. I think he's just going to be.
I mean, he's 40,
a good quarterback.
So.
No, I know.
I think so.
But he's got a lot of baggage that comes with him. If you bring in that much baggage to the plate, you got to produce.
What baggage? Or are you talking about expectations?
Off-season, like the off-the-field shit that he brings. Like Aaron Rodgers brings a lot of baggage
because he speaks what he feels.
Exactly, right.
I'm rolling with you on that.
But the NFL hates that, though.
I know.
They don't like that.
Which pisses me off. Actually, we're going to touch on that after this. I'm feeling that. Aaron Rodgers, I think the Jets are going to be really good. I loved the Jets last year. I thought they were a playoff team. 5 minutes into the season, that was a pipe dream. But look, do I think they're Super Bowl contenders? I would say maybe. I would give them 40%. Not half and half, but I would give them 40 to 50%.
They have to be, though.
They should be.
They have to be.
They should be, because you have hype around it. Aaron Rodgers, are you ready? That's what it is. But I believe in the Jets this year. I'm standing by it. The Jets are going to win the AFC East this year. I know we'll get into that in the summer, but I'm just putting that out there right now. It's Jet up. The Jets are going to win that division.
I don't hate that. I don't hate
the Jets are going to win that division.
I don't hate the pick. I mean, if you look through their schedule is really
they're favored in 14 out of 17 games.
Yeah, I mean, and I think those 3 that they're not favored is against the Bills. I think maybe a 1.
The Niners
and the
think
Texans.
Yeah, the Texans.
Maybe
rightfully
I
so.
think they are.
No, they're 3-point home favorites against the Texans to open.
Oh wow.
I think it's the Dolphins in Miami at the end of the year. I think that's it. It's the Niners and the Bills, and I think the Dolphins.
I think their schedule's sweet.
It is. It absolutely.
They don't have any hard road games.
They could legitimately start out 7-1, 7-2. They really can. They have a good schedule. The NFL was good to them. They have a lot of primetime games.
If the Jets start off 1-0 or 2-0, because I think the Titans are going to be really good. I think the Titans are one of those sneaky teams.
If they start out 2-0 and they beat the Niners, bro, you're going to be talking about them fighting for the top seed.
Well, you got the Niners and the Titans back to back.
That's what I'm saying.
And if you beat them, you then get the Patriots, then you get the Broncos,
the
Vikings, and the Bills, and
that's 5-1 at best.
I'm not high on the Bills this
that
year.
Works.
So
I'm sorry.
So I'm with you with the Jets. I don't hate that pick to win the East. We'll get to that later.
Absolutely.
In the season.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty low on the Bills this year. You know, just a sneak peek. But I
can't wait to dive into that.
The Jets to me are interesting. I do think Garrett Wilson's going to be awesome this year. I think he's really good. I think he just wasn't able to display that,
bro. He had fucking
because of
Zach
his quarterback
Wilson.
play. Right, exactly. And I think he can make those acrobatic catches where you're like, how the fuck did he do that? He's really like that.
Yeah.
So I think.
Side note: Zach Wilson made more impressive throws in his tenure in New York than Justin Fields did in Chicago.
He did
throws.
Throws.
I'm not talking about running.
Right.
throws.
A better overall quarterback. I would take Fields over Zach Wilson.
I think you get what you flip a coin.
But I don't think you succeed either way. So
yeah.
But the Jets this season, I really like. I think Super Bowl or bust. It has to be.
Yeah.
Because when you go all in for Aaron Rodgers, and then you gotta do it. You got a 40-year-old quarterback. You don't have a window of opportunity. That's
like
massive.
My thing is I love how much he's speaking his mind. Like he kind of admitted like it was either be RFK's VP or play quarterback. Now, obviously, he fell out of the running with RFK, but I thought that was crazy to begin with. But they have a really solid relationship. But I feel like the transparency that he's been displaying, that stuff resonates with your teammates. You know what he's thinking. You know what's going on in his head. It's not a mystery like it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you remember, dude, I was the biggest Aaron Rodgers hater. But now where I'm like watching him on podcasts, I watched him on Rogan, I watched him on Tucker, and I'm like, wow, he's insightful, he's thoughtful, he thinks for himself. And it's like, damn, like I can relate to him like that. But I wanted to touch on what's it called? Because we were talking about, I forget what we were talking about.
We were talking about the NFL not caring. Well, they care about what players say and how they think, and they control all that.
So we were going to Harrison Bucker. I know it's not on here, but let's do a quick few minutes. Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes defended him, saying that his opinions are his opinions. You don't always necessarily agree with somebody, this and that. And I was actually pretty shocked by that, because they were in between a rock and a hard place. Because here's the thing, you have the NFL coming out stating, oh, those views don't align with us. And it's funny because the NFL only comments on certain things, on certain opinions that don't lean left.
For sure.
And it's funny because they didn't ask, I tweeted this today. They didn't ask Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid what they thought about Travis Kelce get 2 shots and lifting up his arm and doing the Pfizer shot. It's like, why didn't you ask him about that? Because the left controls corporate.
Absolutely.
Corporations. That's what it is. And it just sucks. And it's annoying because he was at a Catholic college. He said his religious views. It's like, all right, man, move on. Move on. He said what he felt.
I didn't see any problem.
And the thing that's the funniest part about all this is like, if you're a woman and you don't have aspirations of being a mom, that's cool. But the most liberating feeling in the world is raising your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a mom that just like is like, yeah, I don't really like it. You're a bad mom if you don't like that. I don't know what to tell you. And so my feelings on that is just like, it's just so like fucking frustrating and old and annoying anymore to constantly have to go through this because somebody said an opinion that doesn't align with political correctness.
But I do want to counter his argument though. Like I agree with his speech, and I'm not hating on it or anything. Like I subscribe to that side. The one thing I will say is that not everybody has the privilege to have a stay-at-home mom. He does. He's a millionaire. He makes fucking more money than anybody.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? At his position, pretty much, or he's going to be the highest paid kicker at some point. And his wife can stay home and raise his kids. Not everybody could do that, bro.
No, I agree.
So
but I'm not talking about that.
No, I know, but that was part of his speech, though.
Yeah.
So,
but here's the thing.
But that's ignorance on his part, because not everybody has the financial situation that he has or is going to inherit soon.
But if they did have it,
right,
is the position I'm looking at it. Looking at it from.
Sure.
Like, I get what I know what you're saying.
I know what he's saying, but like the ignorance of not everybody is in that position or afforded to have one income and it's all good.
But they're taking it out of context then.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they're acting like he said, like, oh, if you're a woman, you're no better than being a stay-at-home mom. And it's like, well, who wouldn't want to stay at home and raise your kids, put your kids on the bus, make them lunch, make them breakfast? You have infant. I have a 10-month-old.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't Allie would love to do that?
Absolutely.
So it's like, I think the frustration for me is that it's always made a big deal when it doesn't align with the fucking left. And it is what it is. That's that's the wrong attitude. It is what it is.
I agree with that. I think it's the wrong attitude.
It's the wrong attitude. But when the NFL comes out and makes that statement, it's just like, come on, man. Did you have to do that? Like, everybody's opinion is okay, but you're telling everybody, like, you can have your own opinion. You can have your own opinion. You could say what you feel. You could wake up tomorrow and be whoever you want. Now, it was a lot different when we were kids. That used to mean you can be a doctor, you can be an engineer, you can be a lawyer. Now you can be a zebra, you can be a table. Overbrook High School has fucking litter boxes in their high school for kids that identify as cats.
Is that real?
Yeah, bro. That's a sickness. That's a sickness.
Crazy.
That's a sickness.
Are you serious?
I'm positive. I know.
High School has that. They got
litter boxes
in their hallways.
In their hallways for kids that identify as cats.
That's real.
That's real.
Like
dude.
people actually identify.
Could you imagine that? Yeah, bro. You can be whatever you want.
Yeah,
but the NFL won't come out and say like, yeah, I don't think we should be telling 6-year-olds that.
But see, that's where. But they put this mental illness shit out there, bro, and they just keep. It's like a trigger point. It's like anytime I have a bad day, and I'm mad about something, I have mental illness because I'm upset. I'm depressed about something. Like, I don't think it rolls like that.
It doesn't.
You know what I mean?
It doesn't.
They just force this agenda on people, and I feel like their people are just like eating it up, and they're saying it's okay to not be okay. They keep using that fucking phrase, and it's like, bro, you're good, you're breathing, right? Everything's cool. Like,
everything's cool.
All right, you have a bad day. Everybody has bad days.
Yeah,
like that's
if you wake up every day and you're legitimately depressed or sad,
I get it. Yeah, no,
and
there are people out there that actually
like
go
that, and they suffer through it, and look, it sucks, and I feel bad for those people. I do, and. You know, like I empathize with them.
Yeah,
I empathize with them
for sure.
But by the same token, just because you have a bad day, it doesn't mean you're depressed.
But the
problem is they're taking it's okay to not be okay, and they're just like, damn, you have a bad day, and I'm looking, and I'm like, man, like you're not. It's a breach.
But then they fall into that hole of the category, like, oh yeah, like I'm in that category now, like I'm in the mental illness state, like I'm depressed, like I'm depressed. I'm like, yeah, I have anxiety, I'm depressed. It became like a fad, like where it was like, yo, if I had a couple bad days in a row, like that means I was deemed depressed, and then like they fall into that hole, and they actually believe they belong in that category, and then they start to believe that in their head, and then that's the sickness for me.
It's mindset.
It's like it's mind control. Like to me, that's mind control, and I feel sorry for those people, dude. Like dead ass, like you people need to wake the fuck up, bro. Like they're poisoning our kids.
I mean, not for nothing, but I would be fucked up too if I looked in the mirror and I was 400 fucking pounds and had purple hair.
I'm sorry, they're poisoning our kids. They're infiltrating our kids' brains to actually make them think that they're not a human. They're fucking something else. Is insane. Like, if my son or my daughter came home and they said, "Hey, Dad, I'm a cat," I'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking about? You're a cat? You're a hoe?"
If you're 6 or 7 years old and you say, "I think I'm a cat," or you're 14 years old, even because it's in high school. If one of my sons came home and said, "Dad, I think I'm a cat," I would say, "Okay," and I would go where I would call and schedule a mental health evaluation.
Yeah. Exactly.
I would call a psychiatrist. Why? That's not being ignorant. That's saying like, all right, yo, something's going on in your brain.
Yeah, that doesn't correlate to the everyday norm. You know?
We got to do a full pod on this.
We do that.
We got to get Jay on here too.
We do.
Based on how everything played out this all season, give me your 5 best teams to dethrone the Chiefs.
Well, I'll start off. Number 1, I got the Niners.
Cap.
No, it's not cap. They could definitely beat them. Number 2 for me, I love the Ravens this year. I think they're going to steamroll through teams. I think they're going to run through the competition with Henry and Lamar. Lamar lost a lot of weight. 20 pounds. So did I. Theories did too. So I empathize with him. I'm on his side. Team LJ right
That shirt looks big.
I'm telling you, bro. It's floating on me now. I know, man.
Look at you, bro. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
Number 3, I got the Lions.
That's episode 202. I'm proud of you.
I'm proud.
You shed 20 pounds and cut out negativity.
I did. I sure did.
Nick Fournette.
Yeah, Nick Fournette. I did. Number 3, I got the Lions. I think the Lions made a lot of improvements. I know they lost CJGJ to the Eagles, but I thought that they have gotten a lot better in the offseason with the moves they made. I love Cincinnati this year. I think Cincinnati is going to be on the rise. I'm a little worried about the total T. Higgins situation. Like,
who's the quarterback in the Bengals?
Burrow.
Oh.
I think they're gonna be good. I think they've made some improvements. They signed Trent Brown in the offseason. They got some tackles. They got offensive line help, and I think that's what Burrow always needed. He needed some offensive line. Now they have a lot of question marks with Trey Hendrickson, who's their best defensive player, and T. Higgins. So now what do they do with them? Do they play out this year? Who knows? But if they do remain on the team, I still like Cincinnati to be that, that team in the AFC where the Chiefs got to be like, okay, we still got to beat them. They're still here. They got Burrow back. They'll be back. And the Eagles are number 5, of course. I think the Eagles have bolstered up their roster. Saquon Barkley, CJGJ. Like they had an excellent draft. They got defensive backs, Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell. They got. I love what the Eagles did this year. I think they locked up their own players. They did everything, and I think they're gonna reflect on that. So that's my top 5 teams, and I think that the Texans will be my 5A. I think the Texans can beat the Chiefs. I don't know if they're there yet, though.
So this is going to be off the top for me.
To dethrone.
I actually skimmed through this and didn't see that. But we're going to go off the top. In no particular order here. I got the Eagles, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing more I can really say.
They're loaded.
You signed Saquon. You got help in the backfield. You brought back CJ, GJ. You got AJ returning. You signed Smitty.
Love that.
You got 2 good coordinators, seasoned coordinators that been running teams and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
They ran offense. They ran their side of the ball. I got the Ravens, of course. You're bringing back Lamar. The only thing that concerns me with the Ravens is losing McDonald. They lost their D coordinator. I know they got the defense. They always have good defense, but I believe in Lamar, dude. I'll never think the Ravens are not a threat when you have Lamar Jackson. After that, I got the Bengals, of course. I think Joe Burrow is going to be on a mission this year. I think Joe Burrow is going to be. We're going to go into that, but I think he's going to be in the MVP discussion.
Did you see his hair?
Yeah, he's flowing.
Yeah,
he's like that.
He looked like he's ready for war.
Yeah, he's ready for war. Then I have the Texans, of course. I mean, bro, they went to the divisional round last year, and you added Stephon Diggs and Joe Mixon, and you're getting back Tank Dell.
Joe he looks good. Tank Dell. He got shot a month ago, and he's fucking flying down the fucking field.
I just
medicine's crazy.
CJ Stroud he's really, really good, dude. You know how I feel about CJ Stroud. You know, and then my 5th team, I'm missing one. I forgot. I was just thinking of them too. And who did I say? The Eagles, the Ravens, the Bengals.
The Niners?
No, hell no.
You don't think the Niners could beat them? That's crazy.
The Texans.
That's crazy, bro. What? You don't think the Niners could beat them?
No.
That's crazy.
They're on the outside looking in. I think the Jets
can dethrone the Chiefs.
I do. Because I think the Jets are going to be in that. I think the Jets can, with their season, their schedule. With the Jets schedule, I think they could potentially be a very high seed.
But I don't want to fall victim to the schedule either. Because when I saw Jacksonville's schedule, we thought they were going to be the 1 seed, and they were ass, bro.
However,
they took a step back.
But the year before that, I nailed the Eagles. So I'm 1-1. I'm going to be 2-1 in December.
All
but
right.
with the Jets, I feel like the Jets have the schedule to do it. I think Aaron Rodgers is on a mission. He didn't play last year. People are talking a lot of shit. I like the Jets this year, dude. I like the Jets. I liked them last year. I just like what Aaron Rodgers, how he's conducting himself. He's at OTAs. He's 40 years old. The camaraderie's there. The team is there for him. They're gravitating towards him. I just feel like the Jets are a sneaky, sneaky team that people are overlooking.
I agree with that.
I just feel like people are looking at the Jets like they're going to be like a meddling 500 team, and I don't see it.
Schedule-wise, I don't see it.
Especially with that. Now, this was before the schedule even came out, and then you see that, and it's like, yo, you're not favored in 14 games because Vegas thinks you're going to be ass.
No, they think you're going to be.
Vegas is not that far off.
They think the bounce back is here.
It's not that far off. And I'll tell you what, just to go into a different thing, I think it is insane that and we're going to go here too. The Cowboys have the same win total as the Eagles. And I say this every year. I always look at those teams. I'm looking at them. If I'm a betting man, and I am, I'm betting Dallas over. And I don't think Dallas is going. If you want my heart, I'm sorry. You want my heart?
What is he over on 10.5?
10.5. If you want my heart telling me Dallas is going to win is going to win 11 plus games. If you want my head telling me, I'm looking at it, I'm going, yeah, there's no way.
I'm right with you.
There's no way.
That's why I'm shocked.
If Dallas wins 9 games this year, I think they have a good season. I got Dallas 7-8 wins. I don't think Dallas is going to be good. I don't.
I'm shocked they have 10.5. Is that real?
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
Wow, what, the Eagles?
I don't get it.
What's the Giants? And
probably fucking 5.5.
I'm going to say the Redskins.
I think they were 6.5.
Fucking Redskins. That's what they are.
Yeah, I think they were 6.5.
6.5.
And I'm taking the over on that, even though that tells me to go low.
Yeah, because I think the Redskins made a lot of improvements.
They're going to be better than the Cowboys. You know that. That's my pick. They're my sneaky team this year in the NFC.
I just think Dallas 10.5. That makes me question a lot of things now because I'm like, all right, I'm with you. I think it's going to be over. Well,
how do you not?
There ain't no way in hell they lost their starting running back.
That was how I looked at the Packers last year when it was 7.5, and I'm like, or 8.5, and I'm like, you lost Aaron Rodgers. You're running back the same team with a third-year quarterback as first year starting. You went down 1/2 in win total. Yeah, no way.
And they were
no way.
Team,
and they won. They were 9-8 and blew the doors off Dallas and should have beat the 49ers.
Who do you think is that surprise team this year though? Who's going to be a Green Bay?
A Green Bay? The Commanders.
Commanders. Wow. Really?
Uh-huh. That's my team this year, dude. I like them a lot.
Wow.
A lot.
You know who else is interesting too is Miami Dolphins. I feel like they have been quiet this offseason.
They have, but it's like
weirdly quiet.
They got some beef with Tua. He didn't show up to OTAs. He wants his money, and rightfully so. He should. He's got 75 concussions. He should get paid. But I just like, for me, with Tua's a good quarterback. He's been more successful.
But do you pay him?
You do. They haven't had a quarterback since Dan Marino.
I think he's good.
They've had Matt Moore and Dante Culpepper and AJ Feely. Think of some of these names, dude. And I'm going back to early 2000s.
I think Tua's a good quarterback. I think he's definitely a starter in this league, and I think he should be.
Tua's a top half quarterback.
He is. He's played excellent.
Tua,
and I know he's got Hill.
Look,
he's got
not
weapons.
for nothing. I don't care. You can make
him the ball.
You can look at his stats and his wins and his gameplay, and you can push him towards the back end of the top 10, even if he's number 10. But he's in that 12 range, 13 range.
Yeah, I can see that.
Even if you say 15, I'm okay with that. He's in the upper half
he might be higher
of starting quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I'm just going off my head.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with Tua. Pay him. He brought the Miami Dolphins to relevance. You got Ty Hill. You got Waddle. You added OBJ. It's not a big signing, but he's a security blanket. He's a great wide receiver 3 right now in his career. Why not?
Do you you have to take account for the concussions though, right? To a degree.
He was healthy last year.
Yeah.
He was healthy last year.
Because I'm asking that because I read a report about Jacksonville. They wanted to lock up Trevor Lawrence. And there was some smoke about his contract extension, and the Jags want to get it done. That's what Peterson.
Paying Trevor Lawrence elite money when he's paying him elite money when he's giving you good production is a suicidal thing.
They're looking to extend him.
Trevor Lawrence has not played excellent football. He played what, 3 years?
He's getting 200.
Probably, and that's a mistake.
I think he's going to get 4 years, about $50 million a year. Probably going to get 200.
That's a mistake. He's not a $50 million quarterback.
But that's what they go for.
I understand
because
that, but
Geno
it's a mistake.
Smith got $50 million last year, and he's not a $50 million quarterback either.
Look at what it did to the Seahawks. Look at what's happening with Dak. Dak is better than Trevor Lawrence.
For sure.
So why I would never do that. Jerry Jones, for all the shit I give him, he's smart. He ain't locking himself into Dak for $55-60 million a year. Dak hasn't lived up. He didn't live up to the first contract. Why is he going to live up to his second one?
But would you pay that for Tua? Because Tua's going to want the same thing. He wants $50 million a year.
I would pay before I would pay Trevor Lawrence.
So that's what I was going to ask. So you feel comfortable paying Tua over Trevor?
Yeah, because I think Tua is better than Trevor right now.
But what about the longevity of the careers? Like, who do you think is going to have a better career when it's all said and done?
When it's all said and done,
better career.
Tua, because of Mike McDaniel and his weapons.
I like that. I like McDaniel.
I think he's set up for better. Now, look, I'm a Doug Peterson guy. I love Doug Peterson. I think he's a great head coach. But at some point, you have to look at the optics here and just stop going on. Trevor Lawrence was a superstar in Clemson. He came to the NFL first year. All right, you want to call it a wash because Urban Meyer's a fucking dummy. I got you. His second year, I know he won a playoff game. The Jags were trash for the first half of that year.
Mm-hmm.
They caught on. They caught steam.
They caught fire.
I know he had a 27-0 comeback win, which I've criticized Herbert for because you just can't do that.
No way.
I get it. You almost beat the Chiefs. I get it. But you followed it up, and it was kind of a stinker again. You were, 7-2 at one point, 6-2? Nothing. He hurt his ankle, he hurt his foot. Bro, he was playing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear that. Because not for nothing, the way people talk about Jalen Hurts' bad year, Jalen Hurts had a good year.
He was hurt.
He didn't have, but here's my thing. 2 years ago, Jalen Hurts had a great year. Last year, it's being overblown, his bad year. Jalen Hurts was all right last year. He was good. He wasn't great. Trevor Lawrence, Jalen was better than Trevor Lawrence last year. So I'm not understanding it. It's because Trevor Lawrence has the first overall pick, the stud coming out of college, and that's already the persona built into him.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm talking about with Baker Mayfield. He was deemed a bust after he had one bad year. Look what happened. I'm taking Baker Mayfield over Trevor Lawrence too. Word up. I really am. I'm taking Baker Mayfield right now over Trevor Lawrence. He's won a playoff game in both conferences. He took the Bucs to the playoffs after everybody thought he was going to be ass. We looked at that schedule, and I'm like, yo, dude, they might be 4 or 5 wins, and I hate to say that for my guy Baker.
Yeah.
They won a playoff game and almost went to the NFC Championship game.
He could have been out of the league type of shit. He had a lot of pressure on him. So, who
had more pressure on him last year than Baker Mayfield?
I don't think anybody.
For real. You get traded dude.
Rodgers, I mean, but that wasn't the shit though.
You get traded mid-season after you're running scout team linebacker for the Panthers, which I said the Panthers organization sucks. Look at Bryce Young, but whatever. You go to the Rams, you lead one of the greatest comeback drives in NFL history. We were watching it right here on the casting couch, and you come back, and it's like you get traded to the Bucs, and you fill in for Tom Brady. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, I think he did an excellent job. I mean, he got paid for it, dude.
Yeah,
he got a lifelong contract of what, 3 years, $150 million. He got life-changing money, bro, and due to the pressure.
Yeah.
So like, I salute that. I have to look. We'll dive into as the season gets gets closer, because I do think that is an interesting take though, that you would take Baker over Trevor.
Right now, I'm taking Baker Mayfield over Trevor. I've seen more success.
He's definitely more successful than Trevor.
Yeah.
But do you think he's a better passer? You think he's a better decision maker? Like, those things do matter in the end. And I have to take a look at that. But I don't think Baker's a bad passer either, though.
He's not.
Like, I think
Baker's accurate with the football.
I think he can fucking sling that.
He absolutely can sling it.
But like,
look at his team. His team ride around and they love him.
Like Mike Evans, like he had a good year.
Go look at Mike Evans' stats, bro. Go look at him. Godwin. Baker Mayfield's a good quarterback, bro. It's just people have their opinion of Baker already, and it's hard to change it.
Yeah.
But when I'm looking at it, I'm just like, yo, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
And it's funny because like I feel like Baker and Trevor, they actually had like a similar start to their career. They both had shit coaches to start in their first year. And
except the problem was Baker Mayfield in his rookie year led the league in passing touchdown. Or not, I'm sorry. He threw the most touchdown passes ever for a rookie.
Yeah, like 20 something.
So 28, maybe. But look, I'm just going to compare the stats. Baker Mayfield was 9th in passing yards. Trevor Lawrence was 10th. Baker Mayfield was 7th in touchdown passes with 28. Trevor Lawrence was tied for 15th with 21. Trevor Lawrence was tied for 110th with 14 interceptions. Baker Mayfield was tied for 101st with 10 interceptions. Baker Mayfield's QBR was 54.3, 18th in the league. Trevor Lawrence was 56.1, 17th in the league. So they were pretty equal.
Mm-hmm.
Baker Mayfield got his team to the playoffs. Now, look, you could say it was an easier division. I got you. But when I watch Baker Mayfield rally his troops, I'm with it. I got 2 playoff wins from him, East and West, and NFC and AFC. I'm comfortable with that decision.
I thought the South was kind of sweet until last year. I thought the teams went on a little rise. I thought the Colts got better with Anthony Richardson, and then when Minshew stepped in, they became a playoff team, or a fringe playoff team. Then the Texans rose from the dead because CJ Stroud, and then you got the Titans this year, who they made a lot of all-season moves.
Oh, the Texans are going to be good, and that's also doesn't bode well for Trevor Lawrence because number one, Trevor Lawrence is the 2nd best quarterback in the division. That's number one. CJ Stroud's better. Now you got to deal with him your entire career.
Better.
Good luck, bro. But here's my thing, though. If Trevor Lawrence is the guy that everybody portrays him to be, he should win the division this year. Why not?
I mean, CJ Stroud, though, he is better.
But Trevor Lawrence was the most dude. How much hype did Trevor Lawrence have?
I know. He had a ton of hype. I never really believed in it.
I said it all too. Sunshine.
Yeah, he is sunshine. But like my thing is like the Jags should be without question a destination where wide receivers should want to stay.
Why not?
Calvin Ridley left.
Yep.
They had
and contract. He went to Will Levis.
He went in the division. He left you, and he got a contract from Jaguars.
Yeah.
But he got a bigger bag with the Titans. But my thing is, if you love that quarterback, wouldn't you stay?
If that was Brady,
Levis, you would stay.
You're gonna go play with Will Levis.
That's what I'm saying.
Now look, Will Levis might be all right.
So maybe that speaks volumes because I never thought that Calvin Ridley and Lawrence were on the same page.
I nailed that.
Maybe their styles are different. That. Maybe
he does ride with Christian Kirk
for sure.
They got chemistry. Christian Kirk's legit.
Yeah, I mean, look, maybe losing Ridley is a positive. You know what I mean? Because he doesn't have to force feed him. I don't know, but I've seen Ridley get like 2 targets the whole game, so I don't know. I just find it interesting that he left in the division. I found it weird. Because you want to play with the best quarterback you can.
Yeah.
If I think Trevor Lawrence is good, I'm going to stay with him. The fact that he left to go play with Will Levis is really eye opening. We got to watch that. Watch that because I I think you might be right about that. I think the Jags should hold off on the contract
Absolutely.
until after this year.
Absolutely.
Fuck it. Who cares if you don't hold leverage?
Pick up his 5th year option or whenever it comes up.
Pick it up.
Let him roll.
Exactly. That's exactly how I would play. I wouldn't pay these quarterbacks too early. I think we've seen.
Look what the Eagles did with Carson Wentz.
Look what Kyler Murray did with the Cardinals.
Yeah,
Dude,
and now they got
irrelevant.
the other problem now. But on top of the Kyler Murray stuff, you got the whole issue with Marvin Harrison with the fanatic stuff.
I don't know what's going on with that.
He's
I don't understand it.
I've never wanted a wide receiver.
Do you know what's going on with that?
Yeah, he's trying. Normally, like all the guys just sign it. It's like 80,000 or 100,000 so that the team can sell your merchandise, your jersey and shit. He's not signing it. He's negotiating, trying to get more. And look, I'm not mad at anybody for trying to get more money, but it's like you've accomplished nothing in this league. And it's like, bro, I just don't know. I've never wanted a wide receiver to fail more right now than him. Because I just think that, you're a rookie. Come in there and do what you got to do, dude. Mm-hmm. Earn your stripes.
Yeah. You're kind of starting off your career with
over nonsense.
Circus.
It's a circus, dude. It's a fucking circus.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the NBA. Pacers beat the Knicks in game 7. That game was kind of trash. They smoked them. Last night, though, against the Celtics, dude, they gagged that game so bad.
Halliburton had some miscues in the end.
Come on, bro.
I know.
Come on, bro.
I know.
Look, I think the Pacers can hang with them. I think this is a 6 or 7 game series.
They could run.
And look, I was going to say this before. I wish we potted last night. I think this is a 6 or 7 game series. I think the Pacers are going to give them all they can handle. They're deeper. The Celtics, dude, just don't they don't have that it when I look at them. Like they don't put that fear factor in me.
But they're so damn good, bro.
They just they do find ways. I get it. And I know they lost their 9-2. So look, that's a damn good record.
Yeah.
But I think the Pacers,
they're beatable.
People are disrespecting the Pacers. And I thought Halliburton's answer in the post game was awesome. Where he said, look, the game, we didn't win the series tonight, whether we won or lost. We know it's going to be a dogfight. We're going to come back and we're going to try and get the game tomorrow. I do think, though, the game tomorrow is kind of like teetering on must win. You got to get that one back. So
you think it's a must win for them next time? I don't believe that because I saw them come back 2-0 against the Knicks.
That's fair.
I know it's a different
but it took a lot of energy.
I know.
But my thing is that I'm teetering on that because you got to get that psyche back. That's a devastating loss. In an OT game.
Mm-hmm.
Jaylen Brown, his only 3 of the game was that circus 3. Rick Carlisle didn't advance the ball. It sucks, dude. It sucks. But I think that's going to be a fun, good series.
I agree.
And I give the Pacers a real shot to win.
When I watched that game last night, because there was moments where I thought Boston was just going to go on a run. They were going to blow them out.
Yeah. Well, they were up by 12 in the third quarter.
It was like 92-79.
Something like that.
Then it was like, then Pascal Siakam scored, and then they started going on a run. Then they tied the game.
I think it was 96-96 when they got, 94-93 at the end of the third quarter because Halliburton hit that crazy 3.
Yeah. Well, no, he tied it.
Oh, he did tie it. So 94-94.
92 up, right?
Yeah.
So they went on a run.
That. Yeah.
I'm like, holy fuck. I'm like, yo, this series is going to be good. It's like, that was the moment for me that made me think that this series is going to go longer than 4.
Neesmith was hitting clutch jumpers. TJ McConnell played 20 minutes, had 10 points.
I think Nembhard is pretty good too.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to him. I actually was trying to think of his name. Nembhard played good minutes. Halliburton was on. Miles Turner's doing his thing. Like I think the Pacers are underrated. They're young.
They need Siakam to be Siakam.
She's young.
Yeah. They need
Siakam.
I think he had a rough game.
Yeah.
Siakam, but he needs to be on point for them to win.
Yeah.
Because he could dominate whoever they got.
And also Drew Holiday.
I like that matchup.
Drew Holiday played his best game in the Celtics uniform. Drew Holiday was fucking awesome.
He's always been good.
I know. I like Drew Holiday. But it's crazy. 2 ex-Sixers. Drew Holiday and TJ McConnell are back in an Eastern Conference Finals.
Yo, McConnell made an Eastern Conference Finals before Embiid, bro. I tweeted that. That shit hurt.
I know.
I had to tweet it though, bro, because that's crazy. I can't get over that.
It's so regular, dude.
That is, bro. Like 2 former Sixers in the Eastern Conference. I mean, at least we're watching the Sixers a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
I'm rooting for whoever. Yeah, I'm rooting for whoever.
I know. I'm kind of rooting.
Except for Al. Fuck Al, bro.
I know.
You
could kind of find me rooting for the Pacers right now, though. I like what they're made of.
I'm only going to root for the Celtics because I had them win the whole thing. But other than that, I'm rooting for the Pacers. I actually think that they could beat them. I think next game isn't a must win because of what they did in Knicks. Because I do think that they can put pressure on Boston.
Oh yeah,
I do think that. I think Boston knows.
Let's not fuck around.
Let's not fuck around. Because I did hear Jaylen Brown. He was kind of upset about the performance of the Celtics.
I would be too.
Yeah, I know. But the fact that they won
Yeah, and you played a shit game.
And they play a shit game. That tells me, all right, they feel like they have us in the bag. So I think it's going to go 5. I'll give the Pacers 1 game. I think Boston wins the next game.
5?
I think it's going to go 5 games.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
I think it is. I think Boston's a better team. I think the Pacers are good. I do. But I just think the Celtics have a lot more experience. And I'll trust Tatum over Halliburton any day. That's how I take it.
Yeah. I'm with you on that.
4-1. And if it goes 6, I wouldn't be surprised because I think
I'd be happy, right?
I want to see more basketball.
Yeah.
So I want them to go 7. Fuck it. But I think Indiana is a formidable opponent. I do. But if the Celtics sleep like they did last night, they will get caught.
All right, let's go West. Mavs beat the Thunder in Game 6 to advance to the Western Conference Finals. Game kind of ended on a foul with SGA on PJ Washington.
That was not a foul.
It was a foul.
It was not a fucking foul.
He hit his arm.
He hit all ball, bro.
His arm came across it.
It hit the ball, and then when his hand hit the ball, it went down and hit his arm. He hit the ball first.
I know, but you can't hit his arm.
Everybody saw it.
Look, it was a shitty way.
That's a shit way to lose,
I was rooting for the Mavs, so I was capping, but I'm with you.
Shit way to lose.
That's a shit way to go because you robbed us of a Game 7 that probably would have been a classic. But on the Thunder side, the Thunder are here to stay. And next year, when Chet and them boys got a second year under their belt, they are going to be
a problem.
They might be the 1 seed again, dude.
I mean, Chet could have made all defensive team, honestly, dude. His numbers
Chet's
were
good, dude.
great.
Chet is good, bro. He really is good.
He got no respect in the
I know.
None.
Wolves overcame a 15-point halftime deficit and 20-point in the third quarter to come back and catch a body on the Nuggets. That was.
I couldn't have been more wrong. I didn't think anybody could beat the Nuggets. In a 7-game series, I didn't think anybody could beat them.
I had the Wolves in 7.
You did.
I was hyped.
In fairness,
I was hyped. But I wasn't even hyped because I was right. I was just hyped because I love what the Timberwolves are about.
I'm hyped because we get to see a new team.
Yeah,
it's something.
Somebody's getting their first ring.
Yeah,
Hallie, Luka, Tatum.
That's crazy.
Or Ant Edwards.
We used to see the Warriors, the Cavs, the same fucking teams, dude. Now we're seeing
LeBron or Steph.
I love it, man. NBA has been super fire, bro.
The product's been great.
It's been
my thing is, dude, how do you not root for Anthony Edwards? Charles Barkley was like, I haven't been to Minnesota in 20 years. Bring your ass.
Bring your ass.
He's all I love his charisma, man. Yo. Everything he's about. He's an awesome. He seems like a really good
dog,
dude. Yeah. But when you see him mic'd up, he's like, yo, my shot's not falling. I'm going to get my bag on defense.
I'm going to get my bag.
And it's when you look at him, it's yo, if the other stars could follow a 22-year-old kid's lead, the NBA would get even better. But I think we're done with the super team era. SGA seems loyal to, I know he got traded from the Clippers, but he loves Oklahoma. Ant Edwards seems to love Minnesota. It's you see all these young teams coming to transition into the young guards.
Homegrown talent, too.
It's a great time for the NBA, dude. It's making the NBA fun again because, I said this before with the Warriors, when it was like reading a book and starting on the last page. You knew they were going to win.
Yeah, there's no way.
It was stupid. He ruined basketball.
For a little bit.
Ruined it. But, all right, so it's Mavs versus Wolves. They're playing right now. The score is
what is the score?
43-41. We're going to catch the second half, thank God, with a cone. 43-41 with 5 minutes left.
Lemon Kush, too, by the way.
Cannot wait. What do you think about this series? Because I think this is going to be 7 games. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing.
A part of me wants to think.
I'm sorry, I got 6 games.
You got 6 games.
I'll just say it real fast. I have the Mavericks in 6.
Okay. A part of me wants to take the Mavericks so bad, bro. But you know my saying, to be the man, you got to beat the man.
And they beat the man.
And they beat the fucking man.
You're staying consistent on it.
I'm going to go with the Wolves here.
How many?
I got them in 6. I hope 7.
I hope we're both wrong and it goes 7. Because then I'm 7. Whatever. I just want to see 7.
I want to see 7 games, but I think it's going to go 6. I got the Wolves in 6. The Mavericks, to me, they worry me sometimes. They get hot and cold. Especially Kyrie comes off. He doesn't start off hot. I don't get it. His
leadership has been incredible.
He's awesome.
I'm so happy for him.
Kyrie made a turnaround.
Because as somebody that even dogged him, and it was so stupid
Kyrie
because I was caught up in the sauce with the whole shit that was going on in 2020.
The staging and all that crap. Yeah.
Bro, I'm so happy for this dude. I'm so happy for him, bro, because he's changing the narrative around him. And Kyrie actually seems like a genuine, thoughtful guy.
But what better way to gravitate towards a superstar than Luka Doncic too? You could change your career because everybody loves Luka.
Bro, you think about it.
He's got a good image, and now you can go there. You can
Harden, KD, and Kyrie split, and Kyrie's in the best position. How crazy is that?
That is crazy.
The one who got the blame for dismantling the Nets is the one on the verge of going back to the finals.
In fairness, he did kind of dismantle the Nets, though.
But I'm just saying, he takes all that blame. And it is what it is, whether it is or it isn't.
He fucked up.
And he's the one now rewriting all that.
Kyrie, he had his mishap.
He was, but bro, not for
That's
nothing.
fair.
You couldn't tell him what to do.
For sure. No, I don't agree with that. I agree with that 100%. But you're right, though. He does change the narrative. I hope that he could start off quicker in games. Because, like, bro, I'll be betting him for like 25, and he's got 4 points at the half.
I'm about to see.
And I'm like, bro, like, right I'm like, Kyrie, what the fuck are you doing, bro? And he's shooting
15 minutes, 15 points. So he's on one.
Oh no, he just scored again. He has 17. So he is on one. And Luka has 14.
I know.
PJ Washington's been good for them. Daniel Gafford has been good for them.
PJ Washington, has been good.
Derek Lively's been good.
I know. He's stepping up.
They got a good roster, dude.
At the deadline, dude, they made the moves. They got their team together. You got 2 leaders, the best backcourt in the NBA. And it's like, all right, here we go.
Yo, they got Dante Exum.
Dante Exum.
I
drafted by the Bucks in 2014?
Every time I see that name, I remember like watching that draft. Everybody was like so hype of this dude. Like
he's from Australia or something, right?
Yeah, and he was going to be like the next big thing, the next point guard. Dante Exum, bro. That's crazy.
All right, last thing before we get out of here, let's go to the MLB. Phillies 35-14, still the best record in baseball. I say it every week. It's unbelievable. 5th team since 2000 to win the first 35 out of 49. Last night, the Rangers, they beat them 5-2. Ranger he advances to 9-0 in his first 10 starts with a 1.36 ERA. Second in the MLB with 68. I almost said 68 touchdowns. 68 strikeouts for 24th.
He's dealing.
Are they currently?
And they're winning right now 11-4. I just want to put this narrative to bed that the Phillies don't play competition. Like, they are absolutely fucking the Rangers. They're dismantling the Rangers. And the Rangers had our number the last like 4 years. Bro, they were like 7-0 against us.
They're not just dismantling the Rangers, dog. They're dismantling every team that comes in here.
This is the World Series champions.
And we are
absolutely fucking sticking our dick in our ass.
Sosa's hit a 3-run bomb. You got Bomer. He's on pace for 150 RBIs. Like, Bomer is a superstar.
This team is on fire, bro. Harper just hit a bomb.
Bro, he hit a homer?
He hit a homer tonight.
Dude, you got Cody Clemens swinging a hot bat, bro.
How crazy was that? It was a bottom of the 9th, 2 outs, nobody on, and the guy hits a fucking seed, bro.
What do they do when Turner comes back?
That's the question.
You know what the question is?
Well, who do you send down?
The question's batting 202 and standing in right field. I don't know if Robbie T has the balls to do it.
I don't think they have I don't think so either.
But you can't get rid of his bat.
You can't.
You can't do it.
He's on fire.
He's the type of person that you need to, with Bohm and the RBIs. You need to me and my friend Pat in work talk about this all the time. My friend Pat in work, dude, big MLB guy. We talk about it all the time. We used to say it last year, manufacture runs. You need doubles and singles. You need slap hitters.
Yep.
You can't win on just homers. Cody Clemens, dude, is legit. His bat looks all right.
Dude, Castellanos, to me, man,
it's tough.
It's tough. I'm okay sitting him down, bro.
You might have to, bro. You might have to. It's accountability. It's accountability, bro. When you're batting.
That was an episode name with that was episode.
Was it Castellanos?
Yeah.
It is.
Accountability, bro. Like, and that was my biggest thing on that episode. I was just so mad because I'm like, bro, like, you had such a bad way to end the season after you had a good season overall, but the playoffs, he was so shit that you were looking forward to this season to see how he would progress over the offseason. And he hasn't gotten better, bro. Like, he has been our worst bat.
I know.
And that sucks too, because I wanted to sign Castellanos when we had the chance, and then we finally got him, and he's like garbage.
I know. It sucks. That's such a Philly thing that happens.
He's a hole in our lineup because I like our lineup is great. Schwarber, JT, Harper, Turner, Bohm, Stott, Marsh. And not for nothing.
Did you see that? He threw a 99-mile-an-hour fucking laser to JT to throw him out at home.
Yeah. Like, we have good bench. Like, Sosa's an excellent bench piece at shortstop. Rojas, I think he's only going to get better. And in my opinion, at the plate, I think he still struggles.
But he's a good outfielder, man.
But he's a great outfielder. So I'm okay with him at 9th, but we can definitely replace that back because I love Marsh.
I'm concerned about Castillo. I love Casty.
Marsh might be this best 7th hole hitter in the league.
Oh yeah, bro. He's a dog, bro. He knows how to play baseball.
I love Marsh.
Yeah.
He hustles. He has fun. He's just a teammate, bro. He's just a boy.
He's a glue guy.
Yeah, bro. He is, dude. And that was like our biggest like trade.
Yeah.
2 years ago was acquiring him because it was like he fit right into the Philly mold, dude.
Yep.
And Philly loves him, dude. I love Marsh. Bohm is by far my favorite player, though.
Yeah,
Philly. It's
like
I think he's fucking
he's a
awesome,
superstar.
dude.
He's here.
He had accountability. He owned up to his mistake. He said what
and we loved him for it.
And you know what? He fucking admitted that shit, and I loved him for it because I was like, you know what? He didn't bullshit. He didn't cap. Yeah. He didn't. And you know what he did? He got better.
Yeah.
He started working on his defense. His bat got better. He just became a better overall baseball player. Like. Yep. He's awesome, dude. I love Bo, man. He's batting .330. And you know what's fucked up is that he's not even in the fucking MVP conversation. Not one Philly is in the MVP conversation.
We have a potential MVP and a potential Cy Young.
Which is crazy to me. Like, not one Philly is in the MVP conversation. And we had the best record in baseball. And
by a mile.
20 games. We're 22 games over fucking 500. That's insane. That's unheard of. And we didn't even hit June.
Dude, the thing is the last 2 years in June, bro, we were 5, 7, 10 games under 500.
This is where we're kind of like the 500 mark. We're like mid-June.
Or under. And then we have to dig out. Yeah. Now when we hit our slump, we got a 22-game cushion.
By like mid-June, we hit 500, then we go on a run. Yeah. This year's a lot different. I hope we don't collapse, though.
I know.
That's what I'm worried about.
I don't want to peak.
I don't want to peak, but like we're playing excellent ball. I think we have all the pieces.
They heard you when you snapped that day.
I was really pissed, dude.
They responded.
I still believe we need another arm in the bullpen.
We do.
I don't feel comfortable with Hoffman and Alvarado in playoffs. I just don't, bro. Like that worries me because every game ain't gonna be a blowout.
It can go so sideways.
These games ain't gonna be blowouts.
You need pitchers that can locate when it's 2-1.
The playoffs are different than the regular season. Yeah, like they just
the game slows down.
It slows down, bro, and other teams are studying you now. Yeah. Like they're even putting more emphasis. Yeah. They're putting more emphasis on every single player on your roster, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are. How can we exploit that team? What's their weakness? They start to really dive in. So I am looking forward to that, but I'm loving what the Phillies are doing. They're kicking ass. We can't complain, bro.
And we got Bryce Harper and doing a prom proposal. Fire. That was awesome. That just made that dude and that guy and that girl's life. Like, that's awesome,
That's
dude.
An all-time memory, yo.
Bryce Harper, I don't care what anybody says. He is the best. He will go down as one of the 3 best Philadelphia athletes in history, especially if he wins a World Series. This dude is so, like, just what Philadelphia prioritizes. He is incredible.
You think so? Top 3?
Bro, he is I can't name off the top of my head. I'm just saying this dude right now is far and away.
I have 2 on the top of my head that
Philadelphia athlete.
He ain't touching. AI and Dawkins, he ain't touching.
All right.
Dawkins for me is forever.
Of course. And AI is a legend. Well, here's the thing. That's your sports.
Yeah.
What about baseball?
Baseball.
You got basketball and you got NBA. If he wins a World Series for the Phillies.
Utley, he's always up there for me.
Utley's
J-Roll, Utley. I missed that
Utley, though. Utley's a different animal. Utley's like the AI. That's what he is. Yeah. Everybody loves Utley.
Well, we have an Utley on our team. Stott. I love Stott, dude. I think he's excellent, man. Our core is just, we're here, bro.
Family.
We're young. We're so good, dude. Yeah. Like, and we and I love what Bryce said yesterday at his after the game. He said, we had to have homegrown talent to get to where we are. We can't just keep spending to get better. He said it. He said, you need to have homegrown talent to be able to achieve what we're doing right now. He said, without that, you can't, it's not realistically possible to keep spending your way to success because some players are not going to, live up to that contract expectation. And guess what? When that happens, you put your team in a hole. And when you acquire these players, you usually give up prospects. Not only do you give up the bag, you give up prospects to get the player and you pay the player. So I love what Bryce said about the homegrown talent. To me, like that's everything that baseball should be. It should be let's build our farm system so that way we have young players that are ready to go. So we don't have to keep spending an arm and a leg to be competitive. Like I love that motto. Like I think every team should adopt that.
That's how you gain
this
and
whole
sustain.
Spending, like the Yankees, they spend their way to victory.
Yeah.
They do. That's been their motto.
That's been their motto.
Like they went out and got Juan Soto. They pay the fucking farm for him.
I actually look wrong on that because he looks all right.
He looks awesome. He looks great, and he's going to get it back.
Yeah.
With the Yankees.
Deservedly so, dude. I was wrong
because fucking killing it.
I was sketchy.
Yeah. But other than that, I love the homegrown talent, dude. Stott and Bohm. I mean, like, bro, like that.
What more could you ask for,
dude? They're 2 all-stars. Like, I don't want another second baseman outside of Stott. I don't want another third baseman outside of Bohm. I love them on our team.
I know. We got Turner for 10 years.
Yeah. Like
9 years.
Our infield is set. And who would ever thought that we had Bryce Harper playing first base?
Lucky.
Now, look in hindsight, I wish we never signed Castellanos and kept Bryson Wright and then kept Reese.
I know.
We would have been loaded. But obviously, things happen. Bryce Harper got hurt. And then Reese got hurt. So things transpired. But our infield is set, bro. We got JT behind the plate. Our pitching is fucking outstanding. We didn't even mention our pitching.
Yeah.
Our starting pitching is outstanding, dude.
I know. And my boy, Ranger.
Wheeler, Nola, Ranger. I mean, we're just blowing through teams, bro. They can't fuck with us.
I know.
Because we have.
And I love that Rob Thompson is letting them pitch. The Rangers threw 109 pitches last night.
Let them pitch.
Finally.
Let them pitch.
You're letting them earn their money. Pitch.
Let them pitch.
So
exactly.
But all right, guys, that concludes episode 203. We will see you guys next Wednesday at 8:00.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We appreciate all the love, support, and the comments. If you guys haven't done so already, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell on YouTube. We are also available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeart, Megaphone, Stitcher,
and all that other shit.
Also, follow us on all of our social platforms on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X. And we will see you guys next week at P&I, baby. Peace. Time to go hit the button.